Hey, welcome to Native Eats. Today is going to be a little bit of a different show in that we're not going to cook anything today. We're just going to talk about milk, have a discussion, if you will. And what's the buzz about milk? Industrialized milk is what we're kind of all getting away from. You hear everyone talking about how
there's like GMOs, hormones.
You don't drink milk anymore.
I don't.
Right.
No.
And tell me why you don't drink milk.
So I started just having reactions out of the blue. Like I feel like before I had any weird reactions to milk, I was actually eating heavy amounts of it. Like ice cream, mac and cheese, you name it. But it wasn't organic. None of it was from like a farm or any of that. So it started hurting my stomach a lot, and I cut out gluten, I cut out a lot of different things, and then once I finally chose dairy, which was last because I like cheese.
Well, it's good that you chose it last, right? Because then you realized that was you pinpoint it.
Yeah, I knew it was that. But yeah, I replaced it with like, I started with coconut milk only.
Yeah.
Because that was just
it's like it's a journey you go down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And our family's similar. Like, you know, everyone knows so far, maybe you don't, that I have 9 kids. And so different people in the family had different allergies, and their dad did, and heartburn and even rashes. And so that was what brought, and this is 10 years ago, brought me down the no dairy journey. So everybody has kind of a different reason why they don't drink dairy. Some people are just maybe vegan. Some people are allergic. A lot of people are allergic. But today I'm going to talk about, and we're going to talk about, why you don't have to be allergic to it.
Yeah.
It's just what kind of milk are you drinking? And so the first thing you want to talk about is industrialized milk and why not drink industrialized milk. And the first reason is that the cow, first of all, is not even the right cow. It's called the Holstein cow, which is the black and white cow, which is what we're all in America kind of used to, right? When the image of the milk cow is the black and white. But actually that's called a Holstein cow. And that cow was bred for milk production. And so it's not what we call a heritage breed. And here at Native Eats, we're all about native eating. And what does that mean? That means eating food that's native to the area, that's local if you can. Sometimes we get things in like rice. But rice is, you know, a natural product.
Yes.
It's given to us. But the point is that you want to eat things that are natural. And that cow is not a heritage breed, and so therefore that's why a lot of people have allergies to it. It was bred so that it can make more milk. It's for production. It makes a lot of milk. The Holstein cow, if you want to look it up, it does produce a lot more milk than a heritage breed. It's something like 10 gallons or something whenever they go to milk the cow versus, you know, a couple gallons. Maybe it's 8 gallons. I don't know. But that's not only the issue too. So now you're eating milk that's not a heritage breed cow. Like you said, remember what did you say it was?
Spotted cow?
Yeah, you said it's like a GMO cow.
Oh, GMO cow.
Oh, yeah, you were like, yeah, because her and I were talking about it. And she said, it's like
it's
a
GMO cow, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, wow.
It's not even a natural breed.
Yeah, so kind of like she's right? Like that's true.
They modified the cow.
Yeah, you know, I hadn't even thought about that way. So, but then even more so, they take it a step further, right?
Right.
After, then, well, no, they.
Antibiotics.
I mean, they did have the hormones and the antibiotics originally, and then now I think they kind of tell they don't give the cows that and all that kind of stuff. But here's the problem: is like when you have breast milk and you're gonna breastfeed your child, the first rule is to not warm the milk, heat the milk, boil the milk.
Yeah.
You never boil the milk. And the reason for that is that you're going to boil out all the enzymes, the minerals, the vitamins that are going to go to your baby. So you're like pasteurizing your own milk, you know. And so no one does that. And because then the baby's not getting what it's supposed to get, right? It's just junk water now. Well, guess what? Same here. Not only are we now eating milk that is not even intended for us because it's not a heritage breed. So the vitamins and minerals are kind of probably a little bit different, right? They are actually. Has a lot lower ALAs and stuff. And we'll get into that when I tell you about the breed. And then they're pasteurizing it. So now you're having junky milk to begin with, and now they're boiling the junky milk.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And then let's top it off by traveling long distances in a big vat, producing it on an industrialized level where it's getting like put into different vats where it could get bacteria along the way, because this is a product that has, you know, this is like a living thing. It's like, like when you're fermenting something, it's kind of living and all this kind of, it picks up bacteria, and milk is no different. I mean, it's a living product. And so it's going to pick up other bad bacteria easily. And then it festers in that, Then you get that in this whole big thing of junk in a plastic jug at the store where it's been sitting there for God knows how long.
Yeah, and it's plastic.
Touche. So then conversely, what do you do about that? What do you do? Okay, so then you cut the milk out altogether and you go to coconut milk, right? But then what happens?
So I was starting to feel way different without all of those bacterias. Because I wasn't even eating yogurt, and I ate yogurt regularly. But I finally was able to find some dairy-free yogurts that still have good bacteria in them. But it was just about replacing the pre and probiotics.
What about the calcium though? The calcium that you get from milk, which is especially in kids. It's really important for them to get, because I felt a deficiency in for my kids and in myself right away, because I went down this journey years ago where I went to coconut milk and almond milk and all of that, and then I started feeling sort of okay, I'm missing all of the good vitamins, and then you can take vitamins, but nothing really replaces real milk. Yeah. But what I learned was that raw milk is the way to go. Even if you have an allergic reaction to milk, it's not celiac, it's lactose intolerant. That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
So if you're lactose intolerant, even supposedly, this is from doctors and such, that you can drink raw milk, even if you're lactose intolerant.
Here before, and it didn't do anything to my stomach. I will immediately get a reaction from, milk from the store.
Yeah.
Industrialized milk. But with that, I was fine. It felt good.
Yeah.
So.
And guess what else happened when you drank that? Not only did you not get a reaction, but you just literally drank a shot of ALAs for your brain. It affects your whole neurological system in your brain. When you hear A2, those are all the things ALAs that you get for your brain and the function of your brain, and then all the other good things that come out of the raw milk. Just we talk about on Native Eats fasting, intermittent fasting, because you want to treat your body like a regular human from 1,000 years ago that would have gotten up and had to forage and hunt for food, and then bring the food back and then start a fire, cook it. So by that time you've gotten hungry, you're able to, you've built up an appetite, and that's really, really good for your body. It's kind of the same thing. Naturally you would get up, you wouldn't go through the lengths of rebreeding a cow and for production and pasteurizing the milk and traveling with it and all that stuff. It's the same concept about how we talk on Native Eats about just eating like a natural human would have eaten. You get up, you get hungry, you go forage, yada yada. But the same thing, so that's probably why people aren't allergic to it. That's probably why people that have allergic reactions to the industrialized milk is probably because it does have maybe a certain amount of things that maybe your body, it's rather than giving your body something that it can use and immediately process the enzymes, the minerals, the ALAs, take it and put it in a good spot. And this is the concept for everything that we cook here on Native Eats. It's the same thing. It's the same concept. It's that your body needs food that it can immediately take in and immediately know what to do with and immediately give you the benefits.
Yeah.
It's that simple. But here, I hate to say in America, but it's true. It's really hard to find food that you can do that with.
It's super hard.
Because everything is boiled and pasteurized and then on top of it loaded with chemicals and all that kind of stuff. And so therefore you end up with something that your body, instead of it taking it in and doing good things with it, it's now taking it in and it's putting up a defense.
It's having to work extra hard instead of receiving what it needs.
Right. It gets this junk that we boiled down, industrialized junk with possible bacteria that are new because they're not bacteria from the raw cow that our bodies are used to. And now it's okay, we're on defense mode. What do we do with this junk? Where do we put it? Turn it into fat. Turn it into sugars. Break it down. And then therefore it becomes not brain power anymore. It becomes really just something that could cause issues for you later on down the road because your body had to do all of these things just so you could digest it. So of course we're all lactose intolerant and all these kinds of things and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but isn't that a good thing though, that our body, at least I feel like because honestly, if I'm being straight up, I have a stomach of steel. Unfortunately, my body sometimes doesn't just automatically tell me, ooh, that's bad. And the people I feel like who are allergic to those bad things are almost blessed in a way.
Yeah, I like that my body just
Yeah, because they would get a rash if they eat something that's, not good. And hey, that's great. And I'm glad that my kids and my family took me down that journey, because I feel like if I hadn't, I would have definitely had adverse effects, cancer, tumors, because your body is still putting up that defense. It's just not giving you those instant alerts. Just because my Chinese sign is the goat. And so I can eat anything. That I could probably eat a bowl of, rocks and sticks, and my body'd be like, hooray. So that's the good thing, is that if you go to the raw milk, if you can get the raw milk, you're getting amazing benefits to the raw milk. So also when you get raw milk, here's another caveat. You need to make sure that, remember we talked about the Holstein cow?
Yes.
So you can get raw milk from a Holstein cow, right? Yeah. You could get raw milk from any cow. But you want a heritage breed. That's it. If you could, from what I understand, and I haven't had milk from a lot of other cows and stuff, but you can get raw milk from some heritage breeds that are like the red cow. I don't know. There's other heritage breeds, and I can't remember all their names right now, that you can breed. Some of them are really fascinating. The big old cow with the big horns. Yeah, that big, and it's a bigger cow. That is a heritage breed. Anyway, as long as you get a heritage breed. But the best cow is the Jersey cow. That's the brown cow.
Okay.
That's the cow that is meant for milk. That's the cow that I get raw milk. That's this milk right here. So this is milk that I get from up in Pennsylvania. And I always support local, but unfortunately here in our local area, a lot of the milk farmers have sort of been going out of business and stuff for raw milk and stuff. But we won't get into that discussion right now. And given that I have a cow, milked raw Jersey cow, and know the benefits and the amazing milk that it produces. Not only is it like amazingly good for you, I don't know if I told you, but of course it needs to be 100% grass fed. Okay, so it's 100% grass fed, and that's what my cow is. You don't have to have your own cow. This is not my own cow. My cow is not milking anymore. But when I was milking the mom, I wish that I was still milking the mom, because the milk was absolutely amazing. Raw. I mean, the cream level on that milk, and this milk is the same when it comes in, and this has been shaken. You can probably go get one that has a cream level outside. And
I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah, let me go get one. I'll go show you guys real quick. One that has cream settled in it. So I want you to take a look at the amount. I don't know if you can see that, but the cream level is right about, it's moving. It's right here. Can you see that in the camera? The cream level there, it's right here in the milk. And so you can see how much actual cream, that's all the way up to the top there. That's the cream level on a raw milk. I mean, you don't get that at the store. You're not gonna get that. And you can see on the top it says A2. A2. And so you wanna have A2 milk, and you have that awesome cream level. If you're willing to go out on a limb, so to speak, and get raw milk, do it. It's really what I recommend. It's the way to get those vitamins the vitamins that we talked about. And it's so good for you. It is so, I can't express how good it is for you, conversely to industrialized milk. You're actually drinking beneficial minerals and enzymes and vitamins and things, as opposed to something that your body can't digest potentially and all that kind of stuff. Expose your body to this. This is something that we really promote on Native Eats, given that the diet of a native human would have had. So, and then if you don't really want to go the raw milk, or maybe you want to diversify, which definitely I do.
It's important.
Yeah, diversify. I mean, you don't have to just do raw milk. I have raw milk. Here's how I use it. I use raw milk in my coffee because I want to drink it raw. I don't want to cook it a lot. You don't want to try to cook raw milk. But in my family, I tend to have a lot of leftovers, so I do tend to cook it sometimes when I have it, leftovers and stuff, and cheese sauces and stuff. But however, you want to try to drink it raw if you can. So I put it in my coffee. If you can eat it in cereal, that's the best way. Or if you just like to drink milk with cookies, that is an awesome way to get your raw milk in. But then if you want to diversify, or if you don't want to drink milk at all, go to coconut milk, that kind of thing. But you're going to need to probably take some kind of like supplements, because you really, the milk is so, it's, a lot of people go dairy free, and I get it. I was there and I've been there and I've done that. But I can't tell you how good it is to drink raw milk and how it feels to be able to give your body that. At least a little bit of it. You don't have to drink a lot. Yeah. And then the other thing is this, the butter. This is A2. It's from the same farm we'll post the farm on the website, that we get this from, and you can order it. You can have it shipped to you. They're out of Pennsylvania. So you can do that. Or what I also promote is, like, if you're in an area where you can get raw milk, get it from your local area if you like it.
Farmers market.
Definitely get it from, Google your local farmer that does dairy and try to get it locally. It's so much better. I wish I could, and I used to, but they all have shut down, and some of the milk I honestly do not like, if I'm being honest, because I'm a little picky about milk. That's why I went dairy free to begin with.
Yeah.
But again, I went dairy free. I'm a perfect example of someone that went there and came back and feel like I had benefit greatly, and I drink it more as a vitamin.
Yeah.
I drink it for my health. And that's really kind of the concept here, is changing the way you think about eating and eating for your health more without sounding cheesy.
Yeah.
You can order the A2 salted butter from the same farmer that you get your milk from. Anytime they have milk, they usually have all the byproducts of the milk. Yogurts, and make sure, again, it's 100% grass-fed, A2, and Jersey cows. That's it. Those are the things that you want to know about. And then if you want to go alternative milks, coconut milk, that's why I had this out.
Ooh,
and then the last
butter?
thing, yeah.
I eat that butter, and it works with my stomach.
Oh yeah. This one, I don't know if it's raw. I don't think it is. But as you can see,
Ireland cows, for some reason, don't bother me.
Well, as you can see here, it says grass-fed. The Kerrygold is grass-fed. Now, the one thing that's troubling on it, what do you see there on the top? The cow.
Oh, the type of cow.
Yeah, she got it.
I was reading all the words.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's the black and white cow. And so whether or not they actually use the Holstein cow, or if that's just for the picture, I don't know. But it is a really good butter. It's grass-fed. And I will give you this tip. I find that in dairy products, if you get cheeses and butters that are from Europe and like Ireland or Holland or Switzerland and stuff like that, they're usually really good quality dairy products, usually grass-fed. So that's why when I'm looking at cheeses, also a couple other really cool places, Vermont. If the cheese comes from Vermont, those are in America. In Vermont they have more regulations, and so the cheese is really good from Vermont. So those are kind of the tips about dairy and cheeses if you're a cheese lover, which... So these are some good alternatives to, if you don't want to get the raw. Same goes for your coffee creamer and all that kind of stuff. And then if you want to get the raw, get the raw. Get it. It's so good. Order it from your local farmer. And if you guys have questions, comments, like us,
let us know. Comment below. And subscribe to our channel.
That's our discussion. Thank you for watching us, and we'll see you guys next time. Salud.